I am in a great mood this morning. I just want to say something. So I'm like, we put so many limitations on our life, and then when other people come by us and say, I got something that I'm working towards and I'm trying to do, and I shared it with a couple people, and I know a couple motherfuckers, they say, yeah, that shit's, cause sometimes I gotta say my shit out loud to make sure it makes sense, cause when I say a bitch will set an outlandish goal and try to hit that motherfucker, I will. So sometimes, and then it gets discouraging when you don't achieve that. So sometimes, I gotta thought check with other people. Not that I'ma do what I'ma do based off what you say, but when you surround yourself with some real people, they might say some real shit to you to make you go, you know what? You got a point there. And I'm talking about discouraging people. I got some shit that I'm trying to do, and it's a bit outrageous, but it's well deserved. It's well earned. You know what I'm saying? So I done had a couple motherfuckers like literally laugh at me, and that's okay. I have had a couple motherfuckers. I got one homegirl. She like, hell yeah, bitch, do that shit, and that's, and it makes sense. And we sit and talk about why it makes sense. So this is part of the reason why I'm still gonna do it, because I'm like, yeah, when you surround yourself with like-minded people that can see the shit from the outside, sometimes they can give you some shit that you don't see. Because she's actually part of the reason why I decided to shoot for a nice little margin bigger than what I was going for. But don't let the people around you and your environment, or where you live, or the car you drive, or the hair you wear, none of that. Don't let none of that limit you and what you think you can do. I was looking at my my tax paperwork, and I in the past year, I done increased $15,000 on paper. That's just on paper from one place of employment. And I do several things. Now that's kind of hard to do in 1 year if you're not doing something significantly different. But I'm not gonna ever let nobody stop me in my limitations, or feel like what I got is enough, or that I always tell my people at work, make it make sense. And sometimes what I'm doing don't make sense. So we have to make these we got to make these numbers add up. You know what I'm saying? So if that's you, never let nobody in their thoughts, or where you feel like you are, and I need to adjust my camera, where you feel like you are, never let that stop you from trying to get to the next level. And no matter what level you on, there is always a next level. I always give the contractors the speeches at the job about dressing for the job you want, and looking a certain way, and behaving a certain way, and speaking a certain way. This ain't code switching or no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's doing better for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I've noticed that me even refining myself, which I can use a whole hell of a lot more refining. Cause it'll be times where I walk in my boss and I'll be like, hey man, I'll walk in my boss office like, hey man, I gotta close this door. We gotta chop it up real quick. And I know that part of the reason that they like me is my people skills and my human element. But that's not really, you shouldn't be walking around in no corporate office talking about, hey partner, let me chop it up with you back here real quick. It's just a certain level that you got to get to, and I'm working on it. I'm not quite there yet. Tongue tied this morning. But you know what I'm saying? When I get there, that's when the things that I feel like I deserve are going to just naturally fall in my lap, because other people will look and feel like, it's deserving. It makes sense. This lines up with that. 2 + 2 will no longer equal 5. It will equal 4. That's an inside joke between me and one of my friends. But everything will fall in a line. But I'm not gonna let anybody's thoughts about what I'm trying to do stop me from what I'm trying to do. a lot of people everybody know my dream car Escalade, and I want one. They be like, oh, Escalade, $100,000. Hell, by the time I get one, I'm finna get one that's 150 racks probably, because I'm gonna get all this shit on it. You feel me? And I'm gonna get it. It's coming, and it's well deserved, and it's what I want. It's what I have. At this current moment, is it an outrageous goal? Not really. People will look at you and be like, you drive a motherfucking Nissan Rogue, and yeah, and it's got a nice note on it too. So I really could be, with the note I got, I could really be sitting in anything that I want. So don't judge people by what you're looking at. And I'm not bragging on having no big ass motherfucking car note. That shit's not cute. That's not where it's at. It's just at that current time where my low ass motherfucking credit score was. That's what I can do to try to get in a a decent car or whatever. So it is what it is. And even then, I looked at that note and I said, God damn. But you can't put limitations on yourself based on what the people around you think. They be like, why would you pay so much for that? But I tell you what, this motherfucking car really ain't never gave me no kind of problem. Every time I go on a trip, I don't need to get no motherfucking rental. The only major repairs I've had to done been shit that I tore up my goddamn self. It wasn't nothing, no fault of the car. So this motherfucker, although it be, a regular car, as most folks will call it, if I had the same issues and drove the same way and did the same things that I do in the Escalade, that Escalade be tore up by now. So, I'm at where I need to be at right now. But then you'll have people who, they looking at my car, and my car is amazing to them. You know what I'm saying? My shit is nice, and they be like, ooh, I want a big screen in my shit, or what, whatever the case may be. So it's always a level. Don't never let the people around you stop you from reaching that next level of telling you that you can't do something. Because when I tell you a bitch right here done been through it all, she done been through it all. And I always hit that next level. And I'm not saying that it's always through me. You gotta pray, you gotta have faith, because a lot of that shit that I have achieved, a lot of shit came through my own hard work and dedication, but then a lot of that shit came through grace. You feel me? Like, I'll walk into some shit, I'll fall into some shit that I didn't even deserve. I had a job a little bit ago, that I thought I was finna take over in that motherfucker, and guess what the fuck they did? Walked the bitch out the goddamn front door and mailed her box. You feel me? But days later, my old job called me back and was like, can you start Monday? So a bitch ain't even go but a couple days without a job, and they gave me more money. So, it's like shit happens, and some shit is simply by being a good person, and then grace is just gonna fall on you. And then some shit do come from hard work and dedication. But let that combination push you up through the next level. You know what I'm saying? If you can't buy nothing but one business professional outfit, buy you one. And if you got to wear that motherfucker every day, rinse that hoe out in the sink and hang it up and wear that motherfucker every day. If you ain't got but one good wig, wear the fuck out that good wig. Make sure that motherfucker look good every day, them eyebrows on point, keep them motherfucking nails together. And I'm not saying you gotta go to the shop and get your shit done. I always say you can go to the Dollar Tree and get your file and some clear polish. Make sure them motherfuckers is clean, filed down nice, put some Vaseline on your motherfucking lips, wash your body, put you on some spray, even if that shit got to come from the Dollar Tree too. Get you some fucking Primo, I don't care, some Body Fantasies, spray that shit on and feel like the person that you want to be until you get there. And then when you get there, feel like you want to level up and be the next bitch. Okay, that's as simply as it said. Not, I always, with this, I done talked about everything from a polish from the Dollar Tree and Escalades. But don't pay attention to the mess. Just get the message and get her done or whatever. But all right, y'all, I done hit about 10 minutes, and I like to keep them nice and short for y'all. So that's it. That's all. I'll holla. Bye.